All right, welcome to your absolute value functions test review. These are similar questions that are going to be on your test. So, for example, I ask you to describe all of the transformations of the function graph below from its anchor graph. Hopefully, you remember that your anchor graph or your parent function looks like this. Okay? So if it looks like this, one of the things that we know is that this graph has been inverted. We also know that it's been moved to the left and it's been moved up 4. So we know inverted because this opens down, parent function opens up. We know that it's moved left because our vertex is now up here instead of at 0, 0, and that it has moved 4 up. Then the last thing that we know is this is up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1. If we look at this one is more, it's 1, down 1, to the left 2. So that means that it's been compressed by 1/2. So those are all of the transformations of the blue graph from the parent function. If we're asked to match absolute value equation to a graph, then all you need to do is just make sure that you plug in this equation into Desmos, and all you're going to do is just match your graph. If you want to try to do it without putting it in Desmos first, we can identify the vertex. We're going to do the opposite of this. It's inside your grouping symbol, your absolute value sign. It's the opposite. So that's going to be +2, and this stays the same. So my vertex is at 2, 6. So we're going to identify 2, 6. That's here. And this is positive, so we know it opens up. So this is the graph that best represents that equation. What's the equation of h of x if h of x equals 3 times absolute value of x plus 2 is translated left 3. So we're going to go left 3. And then we're going to go down 5. So if I go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that would put me at -3, -3. Okay? Or again, I could do left means that it's going to be added to 3. Down 5 is going to be subtracted. Okay? So if I have my equation, it's going to be, I didn't do anything with this 3 out here, and I didn't invert it. I didn't change the sign. So then that would be x plus 3. 2 minus 5 gives me a -3. So that would be my equation. Which of the following transformations maps g of x to h of x? So we're going from g to h. Well, my -3, that stayed the same. Okay? And I went from right 2 to 0. So I had to move. So in going from right back to 0, so this means that I went left 2. I started at 5, so this was up 5, and I went down to -3, so that means that I had to go down 5 and then 3 more, so I went down 8. Describe all of the transformations from the anchor graph. So again, you can draw your anchor graph. You can also plug this in, but let's try looking at it from here. Well, my vertex is located now at -3, -5. So this means that I went left 3, means that I went down 5. This negative sign here means that it's inverted. And because this is a fraction between 0 and 1, that means that it's compressed by 3/4. So this is compressed by 3/4. So those are all the transformations. What's the new function, g of x, if f of x is inverted? So let's take each one of them one at a time. Inverted means that this is going to become positive if it's negative. That means it's flipped. So this right here means that it opens down. Invert it means that we flip it, so that's going to become a positive. The next thing that's happened is that it is stretched by 2. So that means we're going to put a 2 out here in front of the absolute value sign. Move to the right 3. Well, right here, we're at left 2. So if we move to the right, we're actually going to subtract 3 from this. So that would give me a -1. And then if we move down 6, down is subtraction. So I'm actually going to subtract 6 from -3. So that's going to give me a -9. So that's going to be my new equation of my function. You can plug this in Desmos and look at each movement separately to figure it out also. Describe the transformation from its parent graph. Parent graph, remember, is here. All right, so it still opens up, but it's shifted to the left 2, so that means +2. It's moved up 6. Okay, and it's still, we're going to count, it still goes up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1. Okay. If we look at this equation, we want to know what the range is. I just simply plugged it in. And remember that it keeps going in this direction. All right. So this is the highest point. So range is our y value. So it's everything that's below this point. So we're looking at the y value on this point. So it's y less than or equal to 5. Or we could say from -infinity to +5, or -infinity 5. Either of those 3. What's the domain? This graph continues in both directions. Remember, domain is our x values, and the domain for any absolute value functions is going to be all real numbers, or from -infinity to +infinity. Okay? What are the x-intercepts? That's where it crosses the x-axis. So I have 2 of them here. So it's x equals -5 and x equals 1. So those would be my 2 x-intercepts. And all I did was plug this into Desmos. What's the end behavior? All right, keeps going. Whenever you see the term end behavior, I've asked you to circle the left end and the right end and label them. And so we have 2 statements. As x approaches -infinity, remember that is our left end, y is pointing downward, so it approaches -infinity. As x is approaching +infinity, that's the right end of my graph, y is also pointing downward, so y is still approaching -infinity. Maximum and minimum. This is my graph. I plugged it into Desmos so I could get a picture. This is the tallest point, so we have an absolute max at the point 2,5. Or you could say at 5. For minimum, we have no minimum, so that would be none. What's the solution set for the given equation? Well, we're going to solve it. We can solve it, or we can plug it into Desmos, but we'll solve it. So the first thing we're going to do is we have to get our absolute value sign by itself. So we're going to divide both sides by 4. That gives us absolute value of x minus 2 is equal to 4. And then we separate it. So we have x minus 2 equals 4, exactly what our original equation is. And Don't change what's inside the absolute value sign. X minus 2 is equal to the opposite, so negative 4. Then we simply get our variable by itself. So we'll add 2 to both sides. So we end up with x is equal to 6 and x is equal to negative 2. And when you look at it on this graph, you can see that. Which graph shows the solution set for this? So we're going to plug it in to Desmos, and this is by itself. This is a greater than or equal to. So when I separate it, one of them is going to be 2x plus 3 is greater than or equal to 5. Or what's inside the absolute value sign, switch your inequality and take the opposite number. If we simply go to solve this, we have 2x is greater than or equal to 2. Divide by 2. So x is greater than or equal to 1. Over here, if we subtract 3, we get 2x is less than or equal to negative 8. We divide by 2, so x is less than or equal to negative 4. Because we have the line underneath it, we know that we're going to have solid lines, so we can automatically get rid of this one and this one because they have the dotted lines. Because it's an or, we know it's going to point in opposite directions. Okay, so if I have my number line, I have a negative 4, 0, positive 1. Closed circle on 1 points to the right. Closed circle on negative 4 points to the left. So when I'm looking at this, I have negative 4 here pointing to the left, and I have 1 pointing to the right. So this would be my solution set. Which graph best matches? Simply plug it in. We'll divide. This is one that we did. First we divide by 5, and you get y is less than x plus 6 minus 6. My vertex is located at negative 6, negative 6. Remember, take the opposite of what's inside. So negative 6, all of those are in it. Less than, so it's going to be a dotted one, so I can get rid of this one and this one. Less than means it's going to point below it, so this is my correct answer. And that's pretty much all the types of problems that you're going to have on your test. So hope you have a great rest of the weekend and good luck on your test.